gonna start recording. So guys, for you new guys or some old guys in here, we've got Tommy on the call now. He's not gonna do much analysis on this call, but he's helping us out with the signals. He's one of the traders now with the Forex League team. So big welcome to that dude. We've been working with him pretty closely here, and we're gonna start to do some live calls with him over the next, couple of weeks, months, and so yeah, just introducing this guy for now. He just kind of hopped on, so yeah, welcome to the team, bro. Obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Oh,
John, of course.
Yeah, and
Oh yeah.
want to just give a little like where you're from and everything. How long you've been trading?
so a lovely place called South Wales, UK. Trading about 2 years, like profitable. So that's what really matters. I'd probably say like about 16 months. So it took me, it was quite fast to actually become quite profitable, but um, you know, it's
Right, it's been a
it's
journey.
staying profitable then.
Yeah, what you put in is what you get out of it, Like people, they excel at different rates, the progress is different. It took me about a little over about around 2.5 years to become profitable. Tommy did a little quicker, Angela did a little quicker. It all depends on your resources and how you apply it, for sure.
100%. I feel like if you got quite a creative mind as well, that tends to help. The more kind of creative you are, with an open mind, definitely when you get on the charts, you're doing your analysis, 100% you'll find it's all about being, finding fun with it. If you're going on the charts, you're looking at it and you ain't enjoying it, you ain't gonna get it.
Yeah, no, that's actually a good point. Me and Nick always talk about that. Is whenever we're at a point where we're like not having fun anymore. This guy said this dude's accent is fucking dope. Whenever we're at a point when we're not having a good time anymore, like we're not having fun, that's when it's like the time to kind of to regroup and to go back to the drawing board. Because at the end of the day, if you guys are stressing out over this stuff and like you're that's not why you got into it. You didn't get into it to be all stressed out. You got into it to, like you said, Tommy, to be creative, you know what I mean? To be your own boss, to run things on your own terms here. So, at the end of the day, you gotta have fun, guys. You gotta have fun, that's the whole name of the game. You're not gonna make money, you're not gonna, meet new people, you're not gonna just be successful if you're all fucking stressed, bent out of shape all the time.
Yeah, right. You can't make progress in those conditions. Not at all. That's
Nah.
psychology. It's like yes.
And if
Dude,
you
the
if
mindset.
you if you do, it's like not even worth it because like why the
No.
yeah, it's
And
a
your health starts to suffer is a balance. Find a balance. And I mean, that's actually true too, because like I know a lot of new traders do kind of fall into that where it's like, oh, I'm alone in a corner. I've been doing this for months. I have no success, whatever. Like we've been there, but join a community or like at least start talking to other people. Like if you're not going to branch out, at least do it like through social or something. Like talk to other people. Don't just bury yourself in your own
yeah, it's
trading
very
emotions.
easy to just be internalized and to just be like, I need to figure this out, I need to whatever. But nah, like talking to other people, get different ideas together. Like Tom was saying, I mean, he became profitable and some people say, oh my God, a year and a half? Like that's a long time. But
Mm.
it's a lot of trial and error. Obviously, it's also like what's going on in your life. Obviously, like it's not like the dude or the average person just drops everything they're doing and just starts
Right.
only trading. Like you're working, you're going to school, you're doing other things. You know what I mean? So this is like simultaneously to doing all that, be mindful that I always say this to everyone, like just because you found whether it's trading is just another business. Whether you just because you found a business a model to pursue doesn't mean it's like you're all of a sudden like a trader because you bought a course or you're like anointing yourself as a forex trader. Like there's a long ways to go. There's a lot of change that's got to happen mentally and just you could learn to TA a technical analysis in 2 weeks, but it's about learning how to actually be profitable and having the right mentality to be able to make money. It's one of the hardest things to do, guys. It's not
It
easy
is.
out here, but
To add to that too, I think that's relatively quick. If you could become a profitable trader in like a year and a half's time, I think that's a pretty fast pace, and you should be proud of that achievement if you can do it, you know.
Yeah, I would say though, there's a lot of info, like obviously given the fact that everyone has access to all this information on like YouTube, Instagram, there's a lot of communities and stuff. Like when I look at different like read about programs that are more professional, you know, more like corporate, whatever, like become like a professional trader in like a firm or something. For the most part, they like to say that it takes about a year to become like some sort of profitable like within their firm, and then by year two, the end of year two, you're like scaling up, and by the end of year three, you're like really experienced. Like I think that with a lot of the video content that's out there, if you follow in the right people, that actually like do well, like you could easily fast track your whole entire, you know, learning process, and you could definitely become profitable more quickly. I mean, me and Nick have seen someone become like as profitable as you can be in 8 months, maybe 7 months,
Yeah, which is insane.
and then they lost it all. So there's a lot to learn. There's a lot. There's a lot more to learn.
Like what you said, like you can learn TA fairly quickly, but you know, learning the markets takes, you know, some time. It takes some serious time. A lot of lessons to be learned.
Dude, my guy, gangsty, you got the mask on, bro. You're out here. You're ready. You're repelling the COVID.
Leverage ratio, dude. Wants your leverage. All
Like,
right, so
look, we're on the fucking bunch over here. you want to
good? You're doing it in a year. Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna obviously, you know, the Sunday Market Blitz, guys. We're just gonna run through all the analysis that we have for this week, folks on the higher time frame here. I am gonna do some updates at the end of the session for the products and for the free signals thing that's obviously going on. So I'll share a little bit about that at the end. Yeah, if you guys have any comments, I see like a few people in the chats put a little bit about, you know, how what their journey's been like. I mean, feel free to throw it in the comments. We'll maybe touch more on it at the end, but let's pretty much just get right into the charts here. I'm gonna let Nick share up, and you could just run through it.
Let's do it. All right, guys. So Sunday Market Blitz. We're gonna run through a few pairs here. Angela's gonna run through a few pairs, but we're gonna start off with DXY here. So just an overview of how I'm gonna break this down is I'm gonna start on the daily time frame. You know, kind of assess the overall trend here, see where price action's been more recently, and then drop to the 4 hour and come up with some trade scenarios, you know, to where price action could potentially go this week. All right. So overall, DXY here has been pretty much bearish. We've been moving through levels of support, you know, lower lows, lower highs. Clearly, this is a downtrend. The most significant zone that we broke recently was this monthly zone, right? Huge bearish leg pushing through this, came back up to retest, formed this lower high, tested as resistance. Now we're moving back lower again. So let's go to the 4 hour, see what price action is doing now. All right. So yeah, we did see this huge rally, you know, on a USD last week. Kind of was a little unexpected. I mean, at least this much volume. It did make a little, you know, dip here below 90, faked out, didn't, you know, confirm it with a lower high. Instead, it pulled back with immense volume, you know, crossed the MAs, gapped up, blew through the 200. So I think it's pretty safe to say that this is an area, a ranging area between 90.8, 90 flat, right? Lots of bouncing between, little fake outs here and there. And then even back here, you could see that there was a lot of reaction between these two zones, right? Here was that attempt to push higher, you know, it came back down, didn't give us that, you know, higher low above this zone, came back down, started ranging again. So from here, it's either going to do pretty much one of two things at this area, 90.8, right? Either it's going to reject, follow this kind of trend we've been getting. It's going to reject and start to fall into this week. We can target 90 flat, right? It'll fall down to there. So that'd be a bearish dollar for this week potentially. Or if it starts to push higher, let's say the volume and this momentum keeps pushing, look for some sort of high to be established, either at this minor level, 91.25 or a monthly, wait for a pullback and then a confirmed higher low. That's how we can confirm that this is going to move higher, is when we see a higher low established above this range. Okay, so this orange path would be one potential higher low setup here, right? It could happen here, it could happen up here. But that's essentially what we want to see, because again, this is a huge area of resistance, right? So it's going to take a good amount of energy to get through that, a good amount of volume to push through this. So that's really what we want to see. Just something that will give us more confidence, you know, given this huge level of resistance. Okay. So yeah, those are the two options for DXY. I am neutral on this. I want to see a little more price action before I get form a bias here. But yeah, that's what we're looking at for DXY. So with that in mind, let's move on to AU, first actual pair. We're going to do the same thing, daily time frame, and then work our way down. All right, so pretty much the highlight here is just it's overall bullish, right? Clearly very strong bullish trend. We had a higher low form here above our weekly. It's 0.76, almost like closed right at that level, then pushed higher. So nice continuation, good amount of volume. We did rally to 0.80, right? Nice psychological level, pretty much wicked it and then came right back. So, we can drop down now with this bias in mind, right? Overall bullish. So let's see what's going on the 4 hour, see what type of setups we could spot. Okay, is this going to be a long opportunity, a short opportunity? Let's see. So overall, we're bullish on the higher time frame. Here on the 4 hour, still pretty much bullish. We did blow past the 200 EMA a little bit, but that could just be due to all this volume, right? So we're just expecting potentially a reversal from this area between the 61.8, 78.6 in the area of this 200 EMA. So it looks like it's doing that, right? Looks like it's pulling back. We're not going to buy that just yet because we want to see a little more, consolidation, maybe some structure. We just want to see more normal price action instead of just a crazy amount of volume. So ideally, we want to see it pull back a little bit, maybe a higher low, definitely a transition through these MAs, something that's going to indicate that we're moving higher again. So this blue trade path is one opportunity. We'd be looking for entries, MA cross after a higher low of any kind, bullish setups, bullish variations, and then we'll target the prior high and then the negative 27 potentially as well. So yeah, nice. This is looking pretty good. I mean, this could really pop up here, consolidate for a little bit, and then continue with this type of volume, presenting a really nice long opportunity, right? So it could be something like that. We'll see. What needs to happen for us to consider short opportunities here in AU? This could totally flop, right? Right from here, it could just start consolidating here and then start shooting down. I personally would just kind of pass on a short opportunity here. If you wanted to, there would be some lower time frame stuff. A 30-minute entry, maybe a 15-minute, catch some sort of transition here down towards, this weekly support. But, obviously, according to higher time frames, you really want to see some sort of lower high below this weekly, and then you can catch a nice higher time frame move, potentially a daily drop or something. But it's overall bullish, guys. So it's going to take a lot for us to get into some really high probability shorts. So this is what we're looking at for now. All right, this could be one hell of a move though. So let's move on to AJ.
Yeah,
it's gonna look pretty similar.
I actually like that that analysis. I'm looking for the very similar on AU. Looking for
on
that
AU. Yeah. It's a waiting period where it is now.
Was this the 4 hour?
Yeah, this is the 4 hour.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, right. So just pretty much a lot of these. One of the few weeks where I'm starting off with a lot of neutral biases. I just need a little more time on this one because we did just end with a lot of large moves, to be honest, on most of these pairs, just a lot of volume. So a lot of these are going to be neutral. Some mostly, probably half of them having an actual bias and potential trade setups. So AJ is going to be similar to AU. Overall bullish. Let's double check on the daily. So, whoops. There we go. So overall pretty bullish, right? Nice, a lot of volume here. Overall bullish though. We broke through this resistance level, our monthly at 76.5, and then held a very steady bullish trend all the way up to our weekly at 83.25. So we did pull back a little bit from there, but still very much bullish, right? So let's go to the 4 hour. We are touching these MAs too right here. So let's drop down and see what price action is doing. Okay, very, very bullish overall. Let's square this up. Move that. Okay, so a lot of volume kicked in here, guys. Price action has just been hiking higher. There's all these little flag patterns in here. Thing has just been shooting higher and higher. We did establish our 0% up here, and now it's pulling back. So this is an area of anticipation because there's key support here, 82 flat, right? This is pretty much the largest support of this structure. And then we also have the 61.8 fib level. So, I'm anticipating some sort of reversal here. I'd like to see this to push up a little bit, some bullish candles, consolidate a little bit, transition through these MAs, and then continue higher. That would be really nice to see. Or if it kind of just went like this, where is the highlighter tool? It kind of just went sideways a little bit and then gave us some sort of higher low to enter on. That'd be really nice opportunity. We're going to
Dude,
talk
what
about
is this? A new fucking tool? This highlighter tool?
Yeah, highlight tool. I was actually making reels with this the other day.
Yeah, no, I saw Tommy
Pretty
use
good.
this thing. I was like, what the fuck?
It's
is
nice.
that?
Actually, it should
Yeah.
be green. But
I
anyway,
agree.
that would be your entry, right? Nice little consolidation. Let the MAs catch up. We get a little transition, enter on a higher low. Boom. We're off. We're long again. Whoops. All right, let me clear these up. So yeah, that'd be a target, 0%, potentially higher. But yeah, so it's overall bullish, very much bullish. But let's talk short scenarios. So what would need to happen for us to consider shorts on AJ, right? If it moved through 82, you could enter on some kind of aggressive breakout strategy down towards 80.80. Again, overall very bullish until like the 200 EMA is right here, supporting trend line for this entire bit of structure. So you could take a nice little aggressive short, but really you want to see some lower highs below 80.80. And then we can start targeting, major levels of support. But for now, with this kind of volume, if this does reverse here, you could just get a nice little, could just start taking off again. So we'll see. We will see. Just got to wait a little bit. These MAs are too far away. Not really that many confirmations yet for my liking. So we'll see how this one plays out as well. Let's move on to the next pair, UJ, which has a little more structure. Looks pretty damn clear this week. So let's start on the daily. This thing reversed like crazy though.
What, UJ?
All right, so overall, yeah, it really did. So overall, very bearish, has been for quite a while. We did see a very steady bearish trend here after we broke 107. Again, this is a daily time frame. And then again, we broke 104.5, which was pretty much one of the largest support levels going back for quite a while on the higher time frames. We broke that, right? We thought we were going to get some very large bearish volume. We did for a little period. We dropped from 104.5 down to 103, came back, clear transition, much like the example we just kind of used that highlighter for, right? Broke up, broke to the upside here, gave us a higher low, and then rallied, okay? So now we are bullish on the daily. So weekly is bearish, monthly is bearish, daily is bullish, 4 hours bullish. Okay, so, for this week, we'll be looking at this chart with a bullish outlook for the most part. So let's go to the 4 hour now and see what this time frame is doing. Okay, clear structure. This is actually a pretty high volume channel, meaning that the swings are pretty large, right? So like, right, 120 some odd pips on that, 170 some odd pips there. To the downside, about 130 pips. So it's like a high volume channel, right? This one's 170, so increasing here even to the upside. So, we're bullish essentially here. And on the 4 hour, we're looking for some sort of pullback, right? We just had a nice bullish leg here. It looks like it's weakening a little bit. We're seeing some bearish candles, but it's a bit overextended, right? We're not going to buy it at this level, right? It's above the MAs. It hasn't pulled back according to this, fib level yet. We haven't formed structure. So that's what we want to wait for. The best area would be 61.8. I see the most confluence there. And obviously, the more it pulls back, the, better our risk to reward could be potentially based on how this is shaping up. So a pullback to 61.8 would be pretty nice. Confirm that higher low, break through the MAs, present a nice long opportunity on some bullish setups. And then we'll target our weekly at 107. Again, it could be really, really good opportunity here. 120 pips. It could even pull back to the 78.6 and still be overall bullish, right? We're looking for the same sort of setups if it did something like this, right? Even pull back a little deeper. And then at that point, even better risk to reward, more profit, 150 pips. So it's looking good. Just honestly look for a continuation of this channel. Look for nice opportunities like this, guys. Actually, I like this highlighter tool. This thing is pretty cool. Where is, if I could find it, there it is. So we want to look for something like this, guys. Entries here, right after this pulls back. Look for some MA crosses there. Some type of entry here. Okay. So that's what we're looking for. Just a continuation of this pattern, essentially. So what needs to happen for us to consider shorts on UJ? Pretty much just a total break of this pattern, some lower highs below the most significant support level, 105.45 for this pattern. That would be really nice. Enter on a nice opportunity right here. Right, confirming that lower high, MA cross, boom, we're in on some bearish variations. Going to target 104.5 again, and then see how it reacts from there. So I mean, UJ is looking really good this week. Super easy to see, right? Very, very clear, guys. So this is a good one. definitely overall long. So we'll see how this one plays out. Let's move on to EJ, daily time frame. This one's looking pretty decent as well. It is at a high though, so we'll see how it reacts. We'll get to that in a minute though. Overall here on the daily time frame, EJ is very much bullish. Again, another high volume pair. These JPY pairs like to move a lot. They have these big kind of swings, right? Huge swing here, huge downswing here, bearish channel, but overall very much bullish, right? We had a ton of consolidation here at the monthly. We broke through it. And now we are, we established a new high. So it's a bit overextended. We're damn close to 130. And now it's pulling back. So let's go to the 4-hour, see what price action is doing. Okay, again, higher time frames overall bullish. So that's, typically going to be what our bias is on these lower time frames. We're looking for long opportunities first. Okay, so right now it's kind of respecting this trend line. It's forming a very nice, this is a nice healthy trend, guys. This thing's moving pretty good. Little areas of consolidation followed by nice swings, new highs established, higher lows, higher highs, looking pretty good. So now it's right now it's just pulling back. We're looking for some sort of reversal near 61.8 or this trend line. It did pull back through the MAs, which is nice because now we can see a little bit of consolidation, right? And then a reversal, MA cross, higher low, entering on that, and then targeting the prior high and potentially the negative fib levels, right? So this could be nice little entry there. Pretty much as long as it's above 128 here, 128.1, it's gonna be bullish for the most part. All right. If it does start to push lower, breaks this trend line, breaks through the support level, we start seeing some lower highs. Then we can start taking some lower time frame short positions if you want. Again, those are against the trend, so they'll have a little more risk associated with them. But you could catch a nice little short opportunity if you catch a transition early enough. Then yeah, target major levels of support, like 127.4 and our monthly at 126.5. If you do see this starting to break to the downside, right? But for now, this is what we're looking at. Just some sort of reversal from 61.8 or pretty much just some sort of higher low above 128.1. All right. And let's move on to gold. The last pair I'll be covering, daily time frame to start, guys. So this thing is officially bearish, man. It is full on bearish. Let's actually go to the weekly for a second because this is now pretty much weekly on the it's pretty much bearish on the weekly now. We saw our last weekly high or low right here. We did break below that. We have yet to form a lower high, but we've already closed a week below. So I'm considering it broken. We're now bearish on the day on the weekly. And then obviously we're bearish on the daily, and we have been for a little while here, back since we hit our high around 2070, 2080 area. Then yeah, so been bearish since then. It's been falling. It made some attempts to come back off the 200 EMA here. We saw some nice bullish volume. Ultimately 1930 held, came back down, and has kind of just been holding this steady downtrend for a while. I mean, these bearish candles keep getting larger, each week. So it's pretty nuts. Let's go to the 4-hour. We're bearish. This is where we could see some major moves start to set in to the downside potentially. Because again, we're pretty much confirming that we broke the weekly and we're now bearish on the weekly, right? So this was that lower high that kind of confirmed it, below our weekly zone. We were really yet to form a lower high below this zone. It came back up here, still had the opportunity to go bullish. It didn't transition here. This wasn't strong enough, or it wasn't really a lower high on the, larger time frame. But this one was, right? We got the MA pullback. We got a fib level that was hitting there. Rejected pretty nicely, gave us a nice transition, literally a perfect entry right here. Came back through the MAs, lower high, and then dumped. Multiple entries, bearish engulfing after bearish engulfing. And then this thing just sank. Man, this thing just absolutely sank. Right after it got through 1800.
The structure on this was really clean. That's why I'm just like looking at it from last week. Just look at this trend that it's in right now on the 4-hour.
So clear. So now, guys, right, we're now looking for a pullback. Same thing, pretty much. And this could even potentially be a larger move because again, we're playing into potentially a weekly transition here. So we could see now that a major level is broken, a lot of volume is going to step in, but we'll see. We're testing new resistance as this comes up. We'll just see how price action reacts, but it's essentially what we're looking for. Some sort of lower high to enter on, some nice confirmations, transition, and then we're targeting lower towards our negative fib levels and our monthly. So it's crazy to think that one of our next targets could be 1675 area. Crazy.
1675.
Absolutely nuts. Yeah. So that's what we're looking at right now on gold. For us to consider long opportunities, I really want to see a higher low above 1830, at the very least 1800. I mean, you tell me any trader that says this is bullish, you tell them to hit me up. All right.
Yeah.
So until we see that transition, that's really what we're
Definitely
looking
not bullish, but definitely gonna pull back.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. But it's not, it's a pullback to the, just natural market movement. It could just be forming structure. So we'll see. As of right now, bearish, definitely bearish overall. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Quick recap. I did DXY, AU, AJ, UJ, EJ, and gold.
Dope. All right, I'm gonna hop on. I'm gonna run through some of the major pairs here, guys. At the end of the session is when we're gonna go over some updates with FX seeds, some updates for the signals for this week, and anything else I need to cover. Like we're gonna do a little giveaway too. So the end of the session is when we'll go over that. We're just gonna keep ripping through some analysis here. As always, guys, if you got questions about anything that we're going over, just feel free to type it in the chat. We'll come back to it, try to answer them. So yeah, I'm gonna hop on to DXY first, just to recap that right here, share what my idea is. This thing obviously opened up, gap down pretty freaking hard. I'm just gonna bump back up to the 4-hour time frame, or I'll go all the way up to the weekly, because for you guys that are new to these sessions, we always like to start on the higher time frame. So start on the weekly time frame, kind of just one look here, really just looking how the candlesticks are forming, where are we in comparison to our like quarter levels here, to our monthly and weekly key levels. Another thing to be mindful of, guys, is it is technically not the first yet, but these monthly candles have closed. So as the end of the month, these monthly candles have now closed. We come to the monthly time frame. Look at how this past month, February, did. We're still like riding this 200-day moving average. We're still below this, and this like is a reversal candle. So this is not looking good right now for the dollar index. It looks like the dollar index really could shit the bed right now. Coming down to the weekly, yeah, I mean, we're just kind of in this consolidation right now. Last week did form an extremely bullish candle. Grab sellers like from the down, grab buyers all the way down here, 89, 700 around, and then close the week very bullish, form this like morning star combination here. But really, this thing needs to start to get below above this daily level of resistance right here. I've got it marked down. It's at about 91. This is a key level that we were monitoring last time. It went above 91. It broke and retested and then shot up a bunch more. So it really needs to hold above that 91 level. I could definitely see it rejecting at the moment. If we just look at overall the fibs right here, just like market structure really quickly, we could see, overall we're still in a downtrend. We came up to test this 38.2. This is really the significant level is really this 91 level right now. As I come down to the 4-hour, we're just looking at this trend on this time frame. It's very bearish. We shot all the way up last week from this bottom about 100 pips, and now we're back at this high. So really, I'm looking for this to potentially shoot up back into this level, and then this week to dump off. If we start to get bullish here, where this comes back up into this level and really just holds above here, like if we get something like this, where price shoots above 91, then we're just going to be bullish on the dollar for the week. Then the buyers will be kicked in. So we'll look and see how this plays out, but pretty clean here. Now, keep in mind, the reason we look at the dollar index, guys, is because all of these major pairs here, they're all obviously weighted against the dollar. So if we're seeing the dollar is going to get weak, obviously we're going to want to have some sort of bias on all of these pairs. Let's start off with USD CAD too, but we're not going to live and die. That being said, we're not going to live and die by the dollar as confirmation. If the dollar's going down, that doesn't automatically mean that USD CAD's going down. It's just a confirmation here. So let's hop on here and now take a look I'm going to bump up to the weekly time frame. I actually, this past week, I went ahead, just redid all my levels. I normally do them about once a month. It was about time to kind of redo them here. But just looking at the monthly, we can see we're getting a lot of rejection off of this 200 day right here. It really hasn't broke below here in quite some time. Since like 2014, it hasn't been below this level. So, you know, overall, it is holding on this level. As I come down to the weekly time frame, last week did form a bullish engulfing candle. Again, like this is overall very bearish. Overall very bearish, but we're just trying to look at price action at the moment. Price action, obviously, more buyers than sellers stepped into the market. But I got to go down to the daily, start to look at structure a little bit better. And on this daily time frame, we're really just bearish all the way. This thing is pushing back. Nice retracement here. It's always going to retrace, guys. Price isn't just going to fall on its face. It's always going to pull back. So this is really what I'm looking at. Down to the 4 hour right here. I'm going to stick actually to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame right here, I've got this like daily support and resistance level that I have marked based on support here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, all support along there. This is definitely a key level right there. I'm looking for price to really smash into this level. And that's what I'm going to start to, based on if it rejects this level, start to short. I know the market has opened up bearish already. It's already pushed down a little bit, but I don't have enough confirmation here to just start shorting this. I want this thing to come back up to retest. You could already see last hour formed a doji candle right here, so starting to show some signs. So I want this thing to come back up into this level, 127,700, right around there, and then that's when I'm going to start to look for short opportunities. If this thing starts to get really bullish around this area, by that I mean if there's a 4 hour candle that clearly just, you know, 20 pips, 30 pips, 40 pips just smashes above this level, you know, then we'll start to reevaluate, potentially look for longs. But I am going to be looking for shorts on UCAT this week. Just at the moment, there's really nothing to do. The market just opened a couple hours ago. Gonna let it breathe. You know, normally on the Sunday sessions, we are just going through like our analysis like for the week, seeing what we're gonna see. I don't normally trade on Sunday nights. You know, it's 8 p.m. here. I'll normally wait at least until the morning time to start taking some trades. So gonna wait on that one. UCAT. Let's look at EU next. Again, up on the higher time frame. I'm going to just start on the monthly for these since these monthly candles did close. I'll take off this fib. So we've got this monthly resistance level here. It's very clearly just based on this resistance and this support right here. So this is a strong level. We obviously 2 months ago came in, smashed this level. Now we're seeing, you know, is price going to push back up? Is price going to push back down? We got to start to make our way down the time frames here. Weekly time frame clearly has been extremely bullish since May. This thing has been hiking higher, but I want to more zone in on what the fuck is going on in this area right here. We've got this like evening star combination last week, large ass wick to the upside. So looks like this thing could potentially sell off again. Coming down to the daily time frame, what's going down on this time frame? I could mainly fib this from this level, this low, to this high. We retested this 618. Now we're sort of in this little push right here. So I'm going to base my structure on the daily time frame based on this 618 retest right there. Also sort of a previous level of resistance that it tapped. And I'm looking at this momentum here, and I'm going to come down to the 4 hour. And the 4 hour time frame is really where I'm going to base my bias right now. We're in this downtrend right here, formed this low, pulled back, and then we just smashed above this lower high, made this new high. I'm going to take this off. And now this is really where I'm basing my trend on. So I'm always trying to find, you know, where's the trending market? This is really where it's trending. We've got a couple levels here. I have this level marked. This is just a nice support level based on these wicks, this bottom right here. So I drag this across. This is my first zone where I'm looking for rejection, this 120,600 level. And then we have obviously our demand zone down here, where if price does reach this area, we could see some support found here and then go to the upside. We're not going to enter on anything until we get some sort of rejection from these levels. As you can see, we're starting to get some support. Some buyers are stepping in, pushing this up, but I'm not trying to buy yet. I'm trying to wait until it reaches a level. This is the level that I'm personally trying to wait for it to reach, this 120,600. That's when I'll start looking for buys. If it just breaks this entirely, the dollar just gets super bullish, then we got to look to start selling. We're not going to start looking to sell based on our rules, until we break the 100% level, until we break this demand zone, until we see some sort of retest here. That's when we're going to start to look for sell opportunities. So EU, the idea for the week is to find some support in this area. This thing will probably peel down a little bit after this initial like bullish push, and then that's when we'll buy. If it just goes up from here, we could look for opportunities to scale in. But at the end of the day, guys, we're waiting to see the level get hit. We're waiting for the rule to take place. So that's Euro USD. Let's go to Nzd USD. A lot of the same things here. This one is a little bit tricky. Coming up to the monthly, I've got this like massive monthly resistance level up here, and we're clearly rejecting it really well. Last month, huge fucking wick to the upside, a lot of rejection here. So we're clearly rejecting this level. The reason I have the level here is because all of this resistance support right here, even looking back farther, all of this resistance right here. So it's definitely a key level that we're coming into right now. As I come down to the weekly, last week, look at this fucking candle, large ass wick, literally. I don't know how many fucking pips this thing is.
It's like 160, 180.
Yeah, 170 pips, bro. Like that's fucking crazy volume right there. Obviously, this spiked up. Sellers were at this level, this like 74500 level, push this thing back down. This is bullish though. The weekly is bullish. We are smashing a resistance level right now, but like the weekly is bullish. Down to the daily, this thing has been extremely bullish right here, and then all the way down to the 4 hour. If we just look at structure right here, we had broken, made this high, pulled back, started to make this higher low, pushed up, retest this high, pulled back, respecting this higher low, and we just pushed all the way to the upside here. This thing pushed a fuck ton, and now we're on this pullback. So at this point, this is again just trying to trade the trend here. This thing I'm trying to look to see if it finds some support. The level I'm trying to have it hit is this 4 hour support and resistance level. Kind of just look left, have resistance, support there, resistance here, even looking further back. A lot of like indecision in this, really in this entire, I could just bring out even more of a freaking square here, really in this entire zone. Like inside of the course, this is how we teach everyone to trade or to find their entry zones, is essentially look for an area with multiple confirmations. This one's got support. You got the 78.6. The third confirmation would be some sort of bullish engulfing. As you can see, we're starting to see that now, starting to get that bullish engulfing here. So ideally, if I were to go down to the 30-minute, and because of how aggressively this thing fucking sold off here, there's not going to be much structure down on this 30-minute time frame. It's literally just a dump off. So ideally what happens here, guys, is we get something similar to this. We come down at this point, we start to consolidate, and we saw this on GU last week. I'm going to show you in a second. And then we get that surge to the upside, and that's when we're going to start to buy. So this is ideally what I'm looking for. I don't know if this is the fucking, I don't think I got the tool though, the fucking highlighter. Fuck.
Got it, man.
Fuck this tool. I ain't using it. Fuck that tool. All right, so this is the, I just had to roast your tool real quick. I don't fuck with it.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah,
hey guys, that's the beauty.
You're a good sport, man. You're a good sport.
Any tool you guys want to use, you guys can use.
Yeah, I mean they're coming out with so many now. It's fucking ridiculous.
I know every week is like an update, man.
I'm
And we got
waiting for that. I'm waiting for your for what was the like double head and shoulders or the fucking caterpillar? The
Like the
cat.
Bart Simpson, the Bart Simpson.
Yeah, dude. I'm waiting for them to add one of those on here. It's bound to
That'd
happen.
be so funny.
Maybe
So
Frank will start working for TradingView, and then we'll get it on.
The Bart pool.
Yeah.
This actually looks like an inverse Bart almost.
Yeah. So yeah, this is really ideally what we're looking for. And see how I'm anticipating what the move can be. You know, you guys gotta use your fucking imagination here. This is what I've seen over and over and over again, and I'm gonna show it on GU in a second. Is I'm not just trying to enter here, you know, at this high right now. Sure, if this thing goes up 180 pips, that's a great entry. But if this thing we enter here and it comes down 50 pips, that's a fucking terrible entry. So, you know what I'm saying? We gotta be a little bit more decisive here in where we're trying to enter on this trade right now. Ideally, this thing starts to consolidate a bit in this area, gives us some sort of like structure here, and then breaks above the level. And then that's when I'm going to start to look for longs. Or if it just starts to spike back down into this support level and we get some resistance down here, I might even just take a little order here, you know, 20 pip stops and try to capture a better risk reward in here. So overall, just to zoom out again, let me clear this up a little bit for you guys. Just given two potential scenarios here. We got the fibs back on. Either we're gonna zoom off this level, or it's gonna dump even further, and then this is gonna be a really cautious area to trade in. But then we have our demand zone down here. This is still bullish, and then we'll see if we find support there. But I am looking for NU to push up this week, so we'll see, you know, how that one plays out. This one I want to take a look at GU. This one's going to be fairly similar because I'm going to be honest, I'm very bearish on the dollar this week until it proves me otherwise and breaks above that level that we were talking about. But GU on the weekly time frame is looking fucking interesting here. So I'm gonna just bump up to the monthly. Monthly last month was very bullish, but there's a large ass wick that formed on that one, about 300 pip wick. We're at a major resistance level, resistance here, support here. Even looking further back, this was a serious level that was met and that moved off of significantly. And that's what we're mainly looking for these levels, guys. We're looking to see these levels have big movement off of it. Look how much price moved off this level. Fucking a million pips. Look how much price moved off of this level. Fucking another million pips. So we're looking at these levels. This is the areas to potentially look for reversals. But we don't want to break trend here. Coming down to the weekly, last week, obviously very bearish, large wick, but didn't really engulf anything, you know, not any sort of variation here. Coming down to the daily, daily is ultimately still very bullish. I did have this channel drawn previously over the last like couple weeks or so. It's like in this bullish fucking channel here somewhat.
This thing is chugging, man.
What's up?
Pound is chugging, bro.
Dude,
This thing is
bro.
You can't stop this thing, man. Look
ever
at this.
since we doubted the pound on like literally December 2nd or whatever, this thing has just gone fucking, look at it, 900 pips.
Dude, crazy. Oh my god.
That's fucking insane. So looking at this whole entire push here, guys, I can't really tell much of what's going on here. I want to just break this down a little bit further. The 4-hour is just very clean, forming some highs and higher lows here, especially now, this high, higher low, high, higher low. Now we just push to this high. And last week we were like when price was up in this area, I was talking about price was like literally down here or somewhere in this area. And we were looking at like, when am I going to start to buy this? You know, when am I going to look for a buying opportunity? And I was saying that we need to start to form some sort of structure here. So I'm just going to play this forward. And then this is what I was like really talking about is we came up, came down, came up, came down, how this level held 3 times right here. this little triple top action that went on here. This to me is insignificant because the moving averages never managed to cross. It's, in my opinion, the moving averages here started to cross. So this becomes a significant lower high for me. This is the level that I ultimately needed to break, and it was respected. So it respected it, ended up pushing down quite a bit. Let's look now at where it's at. Had a huge fucking sell-off on this one. Now coming up to the 4-hour, this just pushed back to a potential level. This just pushed back to a potential level where we can find support at. So this is an overall, very bullish trend here. I don't use trend lines often on the 4-hour, but we did have this point A, point B. Now we're getting to some sort of point C here. I really see if GU is going to take off. I really think it's going to take off of this level, this 13900, like 9300 level. Definitely some resistance now turned into some support here. And, it is opening up very bullish. This is what I want to see. And this is what I'm talking about. If I'm on the 4-hour, and this is what we teach for the entry zones, we've got 78.6, keep it very simple. A support level. Our third confirmation would simply be some sort of bullish variation or a lot of rejection. Look at all these wicks, right there. And then what I would do if I was like really new is I would just highlight this. I would come down to the 30-minute and I would say, what is structure looking like on this time frame? Same way I was looking in here. Look how this formed. We had this pullback. Moving averages managed to cross there. So this, to me, becomes very significant. And then now what I would really be looking for entry, just to keep it very simple, is any sort of pullback down into this zone, I would just start to enter. I would start to enter. I throw my stops below here with some rejection. It's got to reject here. If this is fucking like bazookaing down, like fucking missiling down into this level, just don't take a buy. But if it comes down here, we see some sort of rejection, I'll start to buy, throw my stops around 50 pips below here. We're obviously going to start targeting on the 4-hour, and the 4-hour's got a lot of room to move from that level. Could move all the way back up to these highs. Obviously, we're targeting even beyond there. So that's my idea right now with GU. This one's getting, in my opinion, potentially close to a setup right now. So I'm going to move this one little up the watch list. We'll keep GU on the radar here. Last but not least, I'm going to cover USEF. This one's all over the fucking place. I'm going to come up to the monthly here and just kind of take a look, down on where the fuck are we at. So we're near this monthly support level, not too clean. We're like starting to pop above it. We overall are still extremely bearish on this one, below the moving averages, below the 200, obviously. Down to the weekly, obviously the weekly's getting ready for some sort of reversal. I mean, we've got the moving averages crossing here. This thing's pushing up, coming down now to the daily time frame. It's like starting to break trends here. So we were in a downtrend very clearly. We had this level form, broke resistance, pushed up. Then we found support, pushed up again. So we're not trying to do anything crazy here. We're just trying to ride this trend that we could potentially be in. And USEF's a little against really all the other pairs. I had like the opposite of the dollar. So I had like the dollar being short. This one could potentially line up differently. If DXY goes bullish, this could be our one pair where we look for buys because, obviously USEF, if this thing heads higher. So coming down to the 4-hour, this is kind of where I'm looking at things, and it's the lowest on my watch list because I just don't like how this thing's forming structure right now. But if I were to fib this, I would simply fib from this low area to this high right here. We did hit 38.2 right there, so I'm categorizing this as a major support level. We also have the monthly there as well, so 2 confirmations there. This is a serious level resistance here. So if price comes back into this level and we start to find support, this is going to be a serious zone to buy at. If we do get that sell-off on the dollar this week, this thing's going to start to break below this level, this 90400 level. that's when I'm going to start to look for sells. So you're going to see this when you go, and all this analysis that we're going over, guys, is posted inside of the Telegram, inside of the Discord. You guys can come in there, review everything, and you can actually play forward the analysis. Obviously, not right now because the market just opened up. But at the end of the week, you can come in, play this forward to see how things actually played out. And I think this one's going to be, USEF is going to be a good one to look at. This 4 hour is going to play out really clean. It's going to come into this level. This is going to be the deciding factor, what it does
Show
really at this level right
show
here.
gold. Show gold from last week so they can see the play forward.
What, gold from last week?
Yeah,
Okay,
in the Discord.
Let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah, and then throughout the week, guys, we're also posting the watch list. So for every single session, the NY and the Asian session, we're posting 3 pairs for you guys to take a look at. That analysis is more lower time frame, getting ready for entries. So obviously make use of that as well. So yeah, this was just a gold analysis from last week that Nick did, full breakdown here that you guys can review. You just come to this little play button, push it up, see how things played out ultimately there. And it's extremely educational, guys. It's the higher time frame structure. If you guys are not like confident in drawing market structure, that's really what this analysis is for. And just learn from it, try to apply it on your charts, see what levels we're putting on. I remember at one point when I was not confident in my own and the analysis that I was doing, there was this one website that I would always look at that posted daily analysis, and I would always compare my levels to theirs. And at one point, then I was like, "Fuck that! I'm never doing this again." But like, at the time, it did help. It did help to push me along, and I obviously benefited from it to the point where I was able to stop looking at that analysis. So yeah, make sure you guys check up on all the analysis at the end of the week. That's everything that I'm gonna cover. I went over GU, UCAD, Euro USD, Nzd USD, and USEF this week. So just to reiterate, guys, Tommy is on the call now. He's not gonna run. We're not gonna run through any more analysis now. But this week we are doing the free trial in the signals. So Tommy works in the signals with us. We're gonna do maybe 1 live call this week or 2 live calls in the signals chat, and that's normally for the premium members only. We're gonna start doing the video calls this week. On those calls is where we're gonna potentially really give out trades. We'll go over the analysis throughout the week. We'll probably do one tomorrow. But make sure you guys get in. If you guys aren't in the trial, it's free this week. You don't have to put in your credit card. We're not trying to nab you guys on the 7th day to get you to sign up. If you guys like the service, you decide to sign up on your own. We're not one to try to just push you in, because I personally don't want a bunch of you fucking guys hitting me up like, "Dude, you charged me and now I want a refund," because I just don't have the time to deal with that fucking bullshit. So it's free. Yeah, it's free. You guys get in, no credit card, and then you see the service. We obviously are confident in the service, and then you guys make the decision on your own. Are signals based off your previous charts? I have no fucking idea what that means. It's fucking.
We trade. We trade among other pairs. We trade the ones we just covered, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is the analysis for the week. The signals will be based on the analysis. If I was just closing my eyes and taking the signals and I was doing relatively well, that would be fucking crazy. Because February 21st posted chart analysis didn't play out well.
It'll vary.
Man, this isn't the fucking the Matrix, man. Not every analysis, guys, plays out perfectly. I will say more do than don't, which is insane.
Yeah, that's true.
Most of our analysis is really honestly spot on, but not everything's gonna be perfect, guys. There's gonna be losing trades. There's gonna be shitty analysis.
also notice we give two options. So technically, you could argue that none are right essentially because we give two directions. Like it's situational. Like what we think going into the week with a certain bias could change Wednesday, and then we're taking different opportunities on the 30-minute that we didn't put out, on Sunday night. So it'll vary. We're not.
I just got a comment that this guy is literally chilling in the grass over there. In his fucking
dude,
video.
I was actually gonna say, wait,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, wait a second. You ever seen hold on, where to go?
What, the
You ever
movie?
seen A Bug's Life?
The movie
You ever
Ants?
seen Bug's Life?
Yeah. This guy's out
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Bro, it's good. That's a great
I fuck
movie,
with
yo.
that. Oh, you're out here in the fucking weeds now too.
Yeah, dude. Bug's Life, bro. What was that?
Yo, so,
2000.
oh my god.
Oh god. Anyway, so
yeah,
it's situational. What we put out on Sunday, we're not sticking to, all week long. It could change. But all in all, the analysis is pretty accurate. I mean, compared to anyone else given weekly analysis, I think it's pretty.
Yeah, I'm not trying to Brian. I'm not trying to roast you either. Like, I definitely understand your question here. The signals are going to be based on the analysis. Again, this is an overall higher time frame, idea of the market structure. Like Nick said, we're giving multiple ideas based on how price is reacting to our levels. That's when we're making the decisions for the signals to come out.
Right.
In the signals chat, Tommy's posting most of the freaking charts that are in there, and you're gonna see in there it's like a whole other level of what's going on. So if you guys want to get a little preview of that, I really suggest to get into you fuckers.
Well, you can show them the lower time frame stuff too if you want to just scroll through the telly real quick.
It's like too soon. It's like too soon. You talking to me, bro? Always complaining. No, but yeah. So if you want to get in on the signals this week, I'm gonna post in the Telegram afterwards a link, the sign up link. It's all through Telegram. You can sign up in there, and again, no credit card or anything like that. So it's completely free, guys. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So another Sunday market blitz, guys. Hell yeah. Next time we're gonna see you is Wednesday, 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah,
Standard.
I just have a few other things to cover. How many people do we still have? How many people are signed? 33. I'm just gonna cover real quick for you guys that are still on here. This Royal Raffles thing that we've been going over for a minute here. We've got a bunch of people who already purchased tickets. If you want, this is gonna be the last possible day to come on here. Just to explain really quickly, if it does sell out, what will go down is the winner is gonna get an FXC challenge here. So you'll get one challenge under your name, and then $500 cash will send directly to you. So if you want to get in on that, the links are posted all over the Discord, all over the Telegram chats, so you guys can get in on that. One more thing as well. I know someone asked earlier about FX Seed, the master trader thing. It is supposed to start tomorrow, March 1st. Those accounts. We're still getting a few things situated. The accounts are in. I'm gonna send everyone an update through the email on that one, so you guys can get more information on everything for that. You're not gonna get the login credentials because, as per the agreement, you guys can't actually trade the accounts. What you are going to get, I wanted to do the investor password, but we don't have them, so I'm just gonna give you guys the account dashboard. So every account comes with a link to the analytics, so you guys will be able to look at all the trades that are being taken on your account throughout the sessions. But I'll put out more information on that in the FX Seed Telegram, on the, oh my God, who the hell is this bitch? On the Instagram, everywhere. So I'll get that out to you guys. And then other than that, I mean, the biggest update is just the signals. Signals are free this week, so get in on that. Like Nick said, next live session will be Wednesday. The next free one will be Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So we'll hop on then, and I'll put this session on YouTube in a little bit for you guys that came in late, whatever, and then you guys will be able to catch the replay there.
Hell yeah, sounds good.
Fuck yeah. We made some good timing here. 9:03.
Yeah, right. I thought it was gonna be seems a lot longer than that, but we covered a lot. So yeah, guys, if you want to, just all week you could, at any point, if you want to refer back to these charts, again, they're posted in the analysis section in Discord. So check them out there. Apply them to your analysis, poke around Discord a little bit, Telegram, and we'll see you guys in the community.
I see Tommy posting some charts in here. I'm gonna just pull up real quick. This is the actual signals group. This guy said, who can contact me about brokerage? Jamie, I believe you had a call today, bro, and you ghosted me. So wherever the hell you're at, bro, hit me up. T soon. Yeah, T soon. I thought you were honestly coming at me, but I see now there's difficulty getting. Just hit me up after this. Yeah, if the bot's not working for you, just hit me up after this. This is gonna be the signals group that you're gonna get access to. Yeah. This will be the signals group. Are the before and after shots in here? In the actual chat? Here, let me unmute you.
Mr. Beast.
I just posted them now in the chat.
Oh, what, in the chat?
Yeah, on the Zoom chat. Yeah. If you click on me, I'll show the before and after.
Yeah, just double click.
This guy's got some before and after shots.
We all got nicknames.
Mr. Beast. Yeah, now this guy's got the accent. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna do a little scroll through, like inside of the actual, where the fuck is this? Inside of here, the actual Telegram, for the week, we posted up a bunch of our analysis, getting ready for the week. Throughout the week, there will be analysis shared in here as well. Guys, our signal package, we say this all the time, is we started this, around a year ago. We made some changes, whatever. It's always been for educational purposes. There are trades given in there, you know what I mean, that can be taken. There are alerts, but we give analysis in there. There's some updates with news. Like, we're also managing the trades. It should be for learning, like opportunity for you guys to become better traders. You shouldn't be reliant on signal services. I hate to say this, but what if I fucking disappear or some shit? Or like Tommy, this guy tonight disappears, and then all of a sudden you guys were making money off the signals, and now we're gone. You know what I'm saying? So learn, use the Steve Jobs thing. Like the reason why he was so motivated was because he always he knew death was like right around the corner. Like it could always come. You know what I'm saying? So just try to be self-sufficient. Try to learn for yourself. Disappear. Yeah, I'm planning like that movie Taken. Now this guy Tommy's gonna get fucking snatched up in the middle of the night.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Jamie, just reschedule, bro. If you don't reschedule, we're gonna come send fucking Johnny Boombots after you.
Liam Neeson or something.
Mr. Beast, dude, you might.
Dude, we should. Yeah, I don't know. If enough of you guys put it out there that I look like Mr. Beast, maybe he'll do a collab with us.
Yeah, who is Mr. Beast? Is he like a YouTube guy?
Yeah, he's a.
Oh, you don't know Mr. Beast? You serious?
Dude, huge YouTube guy. Huge. Probably one of the biggest ones. No.
I think he's going to be the first billionaire YouTuber.
Yeah. There you go. Ridiculous. Insane, man.
Really, dude? You might have to trademark his name. 40. When are you going to cut the beard? T soon. I am never going to cut the beard. I think I'm going to cut the beard when Forex League becomes bought by like Barstool or something. That's what I'm gonna. That's our goal, for Forex League to become acquired by Barstool. Oh my god! When Forex League becomes acquired by Barstool. Bro, I was like, who is this? I was this guy, bro. And then it clicked. I was like, wait. And then I had this thought where I'm like, it's so weird that random people just join Telegram.
Yes. Yeah, bro.
But yeah, T-Tune, we're never cutting the beard. Ever the negativity around it. There's been a lot of positivity, but the negativity just drives it and grows it more, man.
Right? That's what it is. Dude, use the negativity, guys.
That's it. I do need a haircut though. I haven't got a haircut in like 3 weeks because of this fucking quarantine shit. All right, last thing. I'm gonna grow a beard then. Last thing, if you can't grow a beard, then don't grow a beard, because then it's gonna look really fucking shitty, man. I'm just giving you a heads up. What do you guys think about BTC? I know I just sent this like 10 minutes ago. Well, last thing, what do you think of BTC, Nick?
I mean, crypto's here to stay, guys. It's a small market and it's already getting a lot of traction. So once it does become, even, over the next couple of years, if it comes even close to what some of these other markets are, guys, it's going to be insane. You're going to see explosive growth over the next 5 years, I think, personally.
Yeah.
I think if you're not in crypto, you're missing a huge opportunity. Even like as little as 20, to $100, like whatever, just something. It's an opportunity that, could, is a once in a lifetime one, honestly.
Tommy, what do you think of BTC?
So I went long earlier on.
He didn't, guys. You did.
I went in earlier.
Funny as shit. Yeah. So my dude's let's lock in.
Guys, crypto, it's real. It's here, guys. It's not going anywhere. And it's only going to get bigger, I think, personally.
March has been typically sell-offs based on the last 7 to 9 Marches. Yeah, I mean, that's a good stat to go by. You know what I actually saw? I saw, I won't name the group, but this other group posted an infographic about BTC and the average returns over the last like 10 years, like each month. And like March historically is down 40% in the month. Like historically a very bad month for BTC. And our boy, I'll name his name backward, SL. He commented on the post and was like, why is this based off of only 1 month, 1 March, when it clearly said it was like the combination of like the past 10 March, but whatever, the guy's a fucking idiot. But yeah, March, I guess historically is bad, but guys, this year, you really can't use that type of information. Like this year has been so unpredictable.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
It's only
There's just so many
continue.
other. Yeah, there's nothing else like it. We've never experienced. No one's ever traded conditions quite like this before.
It's so unpredictable, guys. It's so unpredictable. I mean, you see, Tommy got in here on this buy off of this level. You were showing me this earlier, the divergence on the RSI and lower time from here. But it's really pick and choose your levels, guys. I mean, this trade, dude, if you're probably stops to break even, you're riding right now.
Yeah, this is if this hits take profit, it's a 1 to 11.
Yeah, this is a killer trade. So I mean, guys, just be careful. I'm personally waiting, and I'll probably miss all the moves like a jackass. I'm personally waiting for like XRP to hit like 25 cents. That's my target to buy. I'm waiting to buy Ethereum. I might even buy Ethereum soon because it dropped so low. It's at like 1,300 now. So I might even try to cop some Ethereum on the cheap. But long term, guys, like, and I'm one of those dudes in the memes where it's like your girlfriend stabs you and it's like I hold since 2017. Like I'm been holding some cryptos for a long time. So I'm looking at it like it's not just the next 3 months for me. It'd be nice to make another 100+% on a crypto right now. I would love that in my life. But like long term, guys, if you buy Ethereum, if you buy XRP, you buy BTC. I mean, BTC was a little high. If you were buying at 50,000 and 60,000, like that's a little high to be like averaging out. Like you really had to wait for like it'd be nice. Like honestly, start to buy some now at 43, drops to like 35. Buy some there because long term, if it goes to 100 from those levels, then you're making 60%, whatever. Like as opposed to just like 20% or some bullshit. So yeah, I mean, what are you dropping another thing in here? So yeah, just try to acquire the coins when they get to the get to a more valuable area on here. This is the ADA. Yeah, I mean, you could comment on this. I don't know much about ADA.
So yeah, so I've had a few people that I know, they put like 1K into this. They're up like 30K right now. Like this is pumped. And like you have like what's the app? I think it's crypto.com. So they're making people buy this and hold this. So when you buy this and hold, you end up getting like a card, so a Visa card. So this is just driving more people to buy crypto. And it's just pumping. Big time
that's
pumping.
what I didn't realize. One, I personally never heard of crypto.com, but it makes sense because I think crypto.com isn't available to US clients. But it's becoming really popular now. And that's one of the other things, like the adoption of this stuff is not just about Bitcoin ATMs. And it's not just about, like, even in this instance, what you're saying is people will be able to get a Visa card, and then essentially they'll be able to interact at stores and utilize the crypto, and it's it's a use case for it. But ultimately, I was reading something about Mark Cuban with the idea of like decentralizing the financial institutions, because it just talks about even getting loans. Like, say you have $10,000 in your bank account and you want to get a $2,500 loan just to pay off some expense that you have. There's so many like hurdles you have to jump through in order to acquire that loan, and then talk about the interest that you have to then pay, and the whole entire banking system. Like, there's just a lot of frustration, even for someone that has a lot of money. Like, it's just hard to navigate, as opposed to you're on one of these exchanges. There's a lot of capabilities in regards to even getting loans, staking your coins, like loaning out to other people. Like, there's a lot of this shit now going on, and with all the DeFi stuff. So in regards to finance, like banks and all these institutions are going to realize that moving money using the blockchain, which is all the time, like, can be trusted. Like, that's the entire point behind the technology.
Now there's even more things, like you're talking about adoption too. There's things that even Gary Vee's pushing it. He's calling them fungibles, I believe. It's like digital art, like on the blockchain that you could like invest
those
in.
NFT things or whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah, there's so many crazy ways that this is just exploding in.
And obviously, because Gary Vee's talking about this shit, people are now talking about it. Yeah. But like that, I told you, Nick, that's why I invested in the Tron so far in, back in the day, because it's like everything on the internet, guys, needs to be tagged with some sort of like certificate of authenticity, or essentially it just has value. Everything has value. Like any picture you make, like that you draw up, like anything that you any app you interact with, all these different, like everything is in the digital space. It's gonna be paid and it's gonna be moved around in coins. Like, it's gonna be like crypto is gonna be utilized.
And this stuff's not going cheap. Like, I was looking at, there's one site, super something, I forget what it's called. They were selling digital art for like 300 grand, 100 grand. Like,
you see what Logan Paul did?
What's that?
He sold like, he was selling like it was something to do like punk cards and NFT. He made like 3.5 million. He made more on the NFTs than he actually did with the cards.
Yeah, insane and absolutely nuts.
Bro, we gotta look into this shit, bro. I'm about to start posting fucking nudes out there, put NFTs on it.
If you wanna invest it in a good crypto, that ad is good. Since January, it's up 900%.
Wow, crazy.
That's fucking insane.
Moment, it's like $1.3, and they're saying that's going to at least 100.
But if I was you guys right now, do we start NFT OnlyFans? Bro, it's gonna happen. I swear to God, Reddit would be littered with this shit. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Cause think about it. Even if we're gonna go on that topic, pictures, not OnlyFans, whatever, like pictures in general, they belong to someone. You know, they're their property, and then those pictures then get moved around and are distributed on the internet. That's copyright. Like, that's all sorts of trouble. And these people deserve to be compensated for those images being shared all over the place.
It's crazy. Yeah. And that was the way.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, crypto's here to stay, guys. And that's, we're just scratching the surface. There's going to be a million more ways to adopt crypto a year from now, or 2 years from now, whatever.
And if anything, I would say now is the time to start buying, guys. The dip is here.
Definitely.
Even if it dips lower, I mean, you're buying a dip. Buy the dips. That's it. Transaction there. All right, yeah. So that's pretty much it. We'll be back live. Make sure you hop in the free trial. The people that remain on here, you guys are the fucking real ones. And let's get this week started, guys. Hope you guys have a good day, night, wherever the fuck you guys are at. That's pretty much it.
Right, peace. We'll see you guys Wednesday.
Peace out, everybody. How to hit you up, bro? Just text me, bro.